Time to move again. Have your plans for the future been derailed or rerouted this past year? Ours sure have, and after a month away from YouTube, I'm not totally sure what's next, but let's get to it. Really sincere thanks to everyone who supports this channel through Patreon by visiting the DcSoundOp storefront on Amazon and of course DcSoundOp.com. Links are below to everything, and thanks again to the folks who have stuck around this past year, even though the content has been totally different. This is a bit of an update video, but while everything has been going on, some new gear has arrived and we need to get into that as well. The wing that's been on loan for a while is still in a box from the move, and now there is an X32 rack, an S32 stage box, as well as a bunch of other goodies that need to get set up in the new space and worked into the daily workflow for testing and fun experiments. This past week has been a huge scramble just to get into the new space and set up the minimum amount to keep working and also start shooting a new project with a new friend I really look forward to having on the channel soon. But now that the dust has settled a bit from the move and a few projects are underway in the new space, it's time to get back to videos on this channel. As work has gone from live events to working remotely for clients creating and editing digital media this past year out of necessity, figuring out how to share that and keep it relevant to the growing number of subscribers here on this channel has been a real challenge. I put up a Patreon post about it recently for members, and you may have already noticed the content has been a bit different here lately. But after a month away from this platform and a lot of consideration, the best choice seems to be to carry on sharing whatever is happening and not worry so much about folks coming and going from the subscribers and supporters lists. They are both incredibly important groups of people on the channel, but it is inevitable that interests evolve over time, and we just can't go forward having hard feelings about that or trying to contrive content to please everybody. So there will be pro audio videos, and there will be videos about things like repairing lighting fixtures or which video recorders or cameras are interesting at the moment, and I hope you find some of it interesting enough to stick around. For this video though, the folks at Neutrik sent over a really interesting selection of some of their more specialty audio connectors that you might not have heard of. And a big thanks to them for also sending over a selection of their more standard connectors to help me turn these specialty connectors into real cables that we can use. They've sent over 6 of their standard NP2X mono 1/4-inch plugs, along with 2 male and 2 female of their latest XX series XLR connectors, with the male versions in black to help tell them apart when they're in pairs. And then there's the unusual stuff, ConvertCON, the world's first convertible XLR connector with both male and female connectors available by sliding the outer shell up or down as needed. They are designed specifically for getting you out of a jam and for keeping in your emergency adapter kit to help solve problems. Should you build an entire snake out of them? Probably not, considering the cost compared to the XX series, but you certainly could, and it would be super versatile. Next up, they sent the MP2C-T10AA, which is a unique 1/4-inch plug design that has a 1-to-10 transformer built right into it.
Oh.
You might notice that this has 3 terminals on the cable side where you can connect a balanced tip ring sleeve or XLR wiring to, pass it through the 1-to-10 transformer, and get an unbalanced high impedance output appropriate for plugging into a guitar amplifier or other similar input like an effects pedal. This is often done with an adapter in a pinch, but you can see the size of the adapters here and the difference, and if it's something you need to use regularly, relying on an adapter like this is less than ideal, and it's really nice to be able to make up a custom cable using this simple connector. Then we have 2 more really cool tip sleeve 1/4-inch unbalanced connectors to check out, and they are both the silent plug design. This is a really smart design that helps avoid the huge pops and bangs typically created when a guitar gets unplugged while still connected to a live amplifier or PA system. Beyond that functionality, the finish on these is a really tactile rubber, and I like that extra grip and the soft feel. It does make these feel like a higher quality connector, and if that imparts even a tiny bit more confidence as a musician plugs it in on stage, I'm all for it. These won't wear out either. It's a magnetic reed switch inside, but we'll go into that in more detail in a future episode. So huge thanks to Neutrik for sending this all over. I'm going to make up some cables with these ends, and in an upcoming video, I'll share that process and we can see how they work firsthand. I'm thinking they were hinting at a Z cable type setup with the ConvertCON and XLR pairing they sent, but if you have any other bright ideas, let me know in the comments just as soon as possible. Also, what's your favorite cable to use when you're rolling your own cables like this? Looking through what I can find after moving recently, there's some 22 gauge install cable here, a bunch of Whirlwind and Belden stuff that can be cut down and repurposed, but not a whole lot in the way of thin adapter cable or shielded instrument cable, so leave your recommendations for me down below. That's all for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again real soon.